Today I fucked up by selecting a movie for Dad and I to watch after Mom died. This happened last Sunday. My mom just passed away last Saturday after a 6-day non-COVID illness. My whole family is distraught. I'm pretty sure Dad is still in shock. Note, Dad is not suicidal. Saturday was the worst day ever. The very next day I decided it would be good for Dad and I to just watch a movie. You know, self-distraction so our minds can rest a bit. Not sure how it happened, but I selected Lethal Weapon because I remember it was fun with all the I'm too old for this shit and all that. Should be a good time. However, I had forgotten that Riggs, Mel Gibson, had just tragically lost his wife in a car accident and was potentially suicidal. Fuck. Here are some highlights of the night. I knew my plan was flawed from the very first scene where a young woman jumps off a building to her death. Dad says that looks like a hello for ride. Riggs is sitting on the couch crying at the picture of his wife. He pulls out his special bullet that is clearly FMJ. Dad says that won't work. Use a hollow point. Oh fuck. Riggs then puts the gun in his mouth and Dad says, I know the feeling, buddy. God damn it. Later in the movie, when Riggs and the potential jumper jump into the airbag, Dad again mentions, damn, that looks fun. This was undoubtedly the worst movie selection I have ever made. But the bright side is Dad and I are talking about going bungee jumping in spring/summer this year. Silver lining maybe. Again, please no, Dad is not suicidal. We're just grieving. TL, Dr. Mom died, so I thought Dad and I should watch a movie to take our minds off of it. The lead character had just lost his wife and was potentially suicidal. After what he said, I'd be scared to go bungee jumping. I know what you mean. I'm hoping it serves as some form of therapy. Adrenaline is a hell of a drug. I'm sorry you lost your mom. It's a good movie though, so hopefully a few years from now you guys can laugh about it. Hug your dad extra for us. We did laugh a few times. Thanks for the love. Be careful, still. For some people, part of grieving is feeling suicidal. You may think he isn't. My kids don't think I'm suicidal either. I found my dad dead, please be okay. I'm so sorry about your mom. Welcome to the Dead Parent Club, frowning face. Membership sucks, but you're in great company. I'm going to echo a couple others here and encourage you to check in with your dad even if you think he's fine. Grief doesn't move in one direction. He might be okay today and not okay tomorrow. This club sucks. Thanks though. I appreciate it. Today I fucked up by forgetting to change my tampon before my 2-mile run. On a whim I decided to lace up, brave the cold, and go for a run today. It's the last day of my period and I didn't think much about the fact that I hadn't changed my tampon since last night. So I'm about 0.5 miles in when I feel it start to slip. I figure okay, it might just be a little loose. It feels weird, but whatever. Closer to 0.8 miles and I realize this thing is going to come out completely, as I feel it popping out. 1.2 miles in and sure enough, it is out of my hoo-ha and in my underwear. Uncomfortable and weird, but I'm thinking it will just stay in my underwear, which is gross but at least tolerable. 1.5 miles in and it's sliding down my left leg. Oh god. I'm thinking to myself, this thing is going to plop out on the road like roadkill no one wants to see. It gets wedged around my calf at 1.7 miles. I pass a construction worker, praying this tampon will stay in my pants leg. It does, miraculously, and I carry this old tampon on my leg for the remaining 0.3 miles. I was very grateful to get it out of there when I got home. My BF said I should have yanked it out and tossed it on the grass, but he's never had a period, so WTF does he know? Too long didn't read. My tampon came out while running and barely stayed in my pants leg instead of falling out in front of a construction worker. When I was about 12 I was running in gym class, wearing shorts, and my wingless pad fell out onto the grass during my 100-meter dash. My friend was like, "Is that your pad?" and points to the pad just chilling in the middle of the field. I was beyond mortified as it was a co-ed gym class at that age. I ran and swooped it so fast, rolled it up and threw it over the fence into someone's backyard. I thought I was good though, cause it was kinda in a hedge and just looked like a piece of garbage. Wait, it gets worse. So that night it rains. The next day at recess I see a group of boys over by that same fence/hedge/backyard pointing and laughing about a, now wet and large, used pad just chilling on the ground. I played it cool and was like, ew, gross, no way. The teacher ended up coming over to the group and saw the pad and was like, okay guys, move along, and shooed them away. That evening, I decided to walk to my friend's house after school, but I couldn't live every day at school with this pad haunting me from the neighbor's backyard. So I spilled everything to my friend and we decided to come back to the schoolyard after hours and retrieve it. We ended up getting it with the help of some long sticks and I was able to throw it away in an actual trash can and move on with my life. OMG, as if gym class needs to get any worse. Especially at age 12 when every classmate is either a friend or an enemy, zero middle ground, at least, that's my memory of that age. Glad you made it to safety though. I hope you didn't have that tampon on for more than 8 hours, cause you could be risking toxic shock syndrome. If you are not aware of what this is, please look it up. Just another fun little danger we can face for having a female reproductive system skeptical. Here's a lesson I didn't know I'll have to teach my daughter eventually. Today I fucked up by drawing a giant, hairy dick on the whiteboard during a global department meeting at work. We were asked to go up to the whiteboard one by one and draw/wrote something about how we felt about going into 2021 after 2020. I meant to draw a tunnel with light at the end of tunnel, to signify hope. After I drew it, my boss asked me what I drew. I explained my concept happily and sat down. My boss had an odd look on his face. After the meeting, my work friend from another department dropped by to have a casual chat. He saw the whiteboard and asked me who drew the giant dick. I realized what I'd done, but it was too late. I just act like I have no clue that I'd accidentally drawn a giant phallus on the department board. Hopefully I can use the innocent card to ride this one out. Too long didn't read. I'm avoiding the office for a few days since I unwittingly drew a giant hairy dick on the office whiteboard and can't look my colleagues in the eye anymore. Edit, picture linked in comments. I swear to God himself, if my idea for a business will ever take off, then I'll be the kind of dude laughing his ass off. Life's dull most of the time anyway, especially when it comes to the work-related shit. Your fuck-up sounds hilarious. Worst thing it could have caused in a healthy work environment would be a 2-minute collective laughter and then everyone would be back on track feeling a little better about the day. It's funny that I had to label something I did at work as NSFW. Calling Dr. Freud. My kid once drew a picture of a stick man standing in front of a shelf full of jars with bugs in them, to tell me he wanted to grow up to be an entomologist. He was like 5 or 6. Proudly posted it and the first comment was, well, it's never too early to teach your kid to draw dicks on things. They didn't look much like discs either. Really, your drawing looks more like a sandstorm from Dune. My son had to draw a row of pencils in a maths assignment. Looked like a row of vibrators. Yes, I still sent it to the teacher. I bet she had a great laugh. I'd send your boss a really good drawing of a hairy cock and say you're offended they thought you would draw a cock that badly. We're going to need a picture for this one. I do have one. My friend took one so that he can mock me for the rest of my life. Any idea how to link it into the sub?